The men's Royal Rumble match. WWE made the right call as far as furthering their most important storyline, but the match overall left a lot to be desired. Let's get into it. What is up? My name is Lloyd, and this is the Middle Card, which are my takes on the world of professional wrestling and its ins and outs. So let's go. So, the men's Royal Rumble. Not gonna spend too much time on this, but the men's Royal Rumble sort of left a lot to be desired as far as I'm concerned. It was a tale of two rumbles because everything that happened within it was it was okay, I guess. I feel like the end result was the right result. Brock Lesnar should have come in at number 30, and Brock Lesnar should have won the Rumble. So I'm totally okay with that. But as far as the Rumble itself, I don't know. I mean, I did appreciate AJ coming out at number one. I always like that because he's one of those guys where you kind of just see that he has the potential to go from number one and just last the entire Rumble. So you put in a guy like that in that number one spot. I feel like the number one spot is a prime spot, and you can put in a guy where basically you feel like, well, he might go all the way. So I really did like that. I really did appreciate that. Him and Nakamura having a couple minutes together, that is never ever a bad thing. So that was pretty good. But I feel like there was a lot of little stories that they could have told within the Rumble that they didn't tell. For instance, Kevin Owens has beaten Damian Priest twice. Gave Damian Priest his first singles match pinfall. So why don't you have Kevin Owens and Damian Priest going at it and eliminating each other? You know what I mean? One eliminating the other. So there was that I felt like was a big miss. Of course, you have Omos coming in and being the big man, and of course you have to always have that big guy where a group of the superstars have to get together in order to dump him out because he's a perceived threat in this type of match. So there was that, which is always fine. I always enjoy seeing that big man finally get put out because, there's that, oh my god, who's ever going to be able to throw him out? Until a bunch of guys wise up and get together and be like, let's just take care of him, and then we'll go on with the match. Drew McIntyre was probably my only surprise of the Royal Rumble. So, him coming back, them telling that story between him, Baron Corbin, Madcap Moss, because they took him out basically. It was on screen. They wrote him off basically because he was dealing with neck issues. So, him coming back earlier than expected, did not see that coming. And of course, he unleashed fury on both Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin. So, I did appreciate that. Shane McMahon, I mean, got a nice pop and everything like that, but at the end of the day, there's no way in hell he should have eliminated Kevin Owens. There's just no way in hell. And while I'm here, I mean, it is my video, so I can talk about whatever I want. Jesus Christ, Biggie. Like, what? What? They're doing my guy dirty. There's an entire story that could have been told with him going into WrestleMania, and it would have been awesome. It could have been awesome. Jesus, did him dirty on his run, and this would have been the perfect moment to make up for it. But of course, no. Of course not. Now, did the right person win? I'm fine with the result. I think it was more or less the right call for progressing the story, even though he did not have to win in order to get to face Roman Reigns. Brock did not have to win in order to face Roman Reigns, because Brock has a contract where he can jump ship from whichever show he wants. So that's fine. So you could have put that story together and still have somebody else win, and in my opinion, that should have been Big E. Boy, was that part of it just really, really underwhelming as well. But Brock comes out at number 30. They could have done something a little bit different. I know the crowd reacted well and was happy to see him and everything like that. Do something like this. Let's make it better. Have Reggie come out as number 30, so everybody's just like, oh, what the hell? Like, what is this? This guy's going to be your number 30? And then you have Brock come out, and you can do either two things. You can have him destroy Reggie, which I don't really recommend. But then you could just have him stare down Reggie, and then you could just have, like, Reggie just, like, slowly back away and then just walk to the back while Brock comes down. And then on Raw, or even for the next couple of weeks, you can actually have it play out. Is Brock Lesnar's win actually legitimate? Because it was supposed to be Reggie. He wasn't even entered into the Royal Rumble. Do something like that. Let it play out just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then everybody has to watch Raw to try and figure this out. So that would have been something. I did appreciate that by the end, though, it came down to Drew and Brock, and they went at it because Drew's the one that eliminated Brock when Brock was the champion, and he was trying to run the gauntlet basically by himself. So I did appreciate that. Brock got his bit of redemption on Drew McIntyre, eliminated him, and now we further along the story for Brock, Roman, and Paul Heyman. So all in all, I mean, totally fine with the result, exception being Big E once again. Anyways, that's another story for another day. But now we can move along with this, and the road to WrestleMania is now set. So I'm all for that. So let's go.